What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. Now, I know y'all had heard or recently have seen about that police officer who had been engaged in multiple different relationships with different other officers at the same precinct, where all of them were fired, everybody got in trouble, so on and so forth. Well, that woman who was mingling with all of them while her husband found out about it at the same time everybody else did, is now saying that she was groomed by her higher ups to conduct herself in such a manner. If you think I'm joking, let's get to it.
Well, a federal lawsuit targets the city of Laverne in the wake of a police department sex scandal. Maegan Hall was the only female among the 5 officers fired and then became the target of nationwide ridicule.
Tonight, Hall's lawyer tells News Channel 5's Nick Barris what happened was inexcusable.
And now they're suing over what they call a hostile, sexually charged work environment that victimized a rookie officer.
Wow.
Maegan Hall was one of 5 officers, along with the Laverne police chief, fired last month for allegations of sexual misconduct on the job. But it was Hall, the only female and just into her second year on the force, who became the face of the sexual scandal.
These predators, starting from day one, worked to break down her psychological barriers and convince her to engage in sexual activity that she didn't want to.
Attorney Wesley Clark, flanked by his client Hall, talked about the federal lawsuit they've filed naming the city of Laverne, former Sergeant Lewis Powell, former Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan, and former Police Chief Burrell Chip Davis. The lawsuit alleges the supervisors, quote, groomed Hall for sexual exploitation.
Maegan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at as a piece of meat to be sexualized and exploited.
The lawsuit stems from a police department scandal involving sexual misconduct both on and away from the job involving officers. There are no criminal charges. There are going to be those who say these are consenting adults and she's trying to place the blame elsewhere.
Well, yeah, it's really easy to think that whenever you don't understand the full story.
Clark says Hall said no on several occasions, but her supervisors kept pushing until she gave in. Racked by depression to the point of considering suicide, the lawsuit says when Hall tried to end the sexual conduct, threats were made against her.
That should be disgusting and outrageous to everyone who reads this case and understands the truth of what happened here.
The city of Laverne declined to comment on the pending litigation. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Nick. By the way, you saw Maegan Hall sitting there with her attorney while he spoke, but she talked as well about the environment on the job at the Laverne PD.
He constantly made sexual comments towards me, making unwanted physical contact towards me in front of others.
Yeah, Hall talked at length with Nick. You can watch for that exclusive interview on News Channel 5 this coming Wednesday.
It's amazing, really, because at first that was never part of the story. Never once did she say any. She was like, me and my husband are trying to move on. But once she started getting ridiculed by everyone, now it becomes an issue. And this is one of the things that men have issues with. If you actually agree to such things, but as soon as the lights get shined, you want to say, oh no, they forced me to do it. You see what I'm saying? That's happened so many times in history. It's just a repetitive thing, and these guys keep falling for it, you know, because she can't play victim when she was bragging about the people she was sleeping with, initiating this said things with other people at parties, all of this stuff. Yeah, they only showed the black folks, but there was white cops involved in it as well. It wasn't just those 3 or 4 that they showed. She was hopping and skipping around with everybody. But you say she was groomed for it. Only comes out after she's been fired, and now people are starting to actually zoom in on her. Like, yo, you really wildin', because you just having it a box out to everybody. But now she can pull that female privilege that a lot of people don't like to admit and say, oh, well, this is what happened really. Was it really the case? Now, if she said no and they kept pressuring her, then hey, y'all lame for that. First off, y'all lame anyways. All you police officers is cornballs. Y'all getting it in on the job, literally on the job, at the job, in vehicles, all of that stuff. And instead of doing your job, you know what I'm saying? And you risked your career over that. I'm telling you, man, men will, ruin their lives over some kitty cat, boy. I tell you, it is the funniest thing. Well, not really funny. It's actually sad, because now not only are y'all looked at as idiots for losing your job for messing with her, but now y'all are being looked at as predators who groomed this woman into giving it up to the whole precinct. You see what I'm saying? Your reputation can go like that over some box. You know what I mean? That's why you got to be more cautious with who you rocking with. Ugh. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Do you think it's actually factual that she was groomed, or she's just doing a ploy trying to save her skin? Because, let's be honest, that's what they all do. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody? Peace.